What's going on? I hope you're happy, healthy, doing the things you love doing with those you love doing them with. I'm now doing a video about me speaking about a couple of things. I thought, you know what? Let me, because I always provide tarot. I'm always going to provide tarot. That's either through shorts or even through long format. But today I felt like it's important for me to talk about a specific topic or topics, shall I say. And I wanted to talk to you about my works in relation towards removing hexes, seeing entities, and just tell you more information about it, give you more awareness basically. And to tell you the truth, right, hexing has been, or casting spells upon people has been done since the dawn of time, even if it's done in a way where people are given evil eyes or the emotion or the intent of things such as hate and envy. They're commonly known even before my times, my family's times, etc., etc., etc. The truth and the reality is, in relation towards hexes, and I have to deal with working, doing ritual work, removing hexes with my clients. So I am involved with entity extractions and commonly known as exorcism, shall I say. And to tell you the truth, a lot of times that in my worker field, the people that really do these such atrocities are people within those inner circles. Now, in one particular take that happened, it's usually, and one of the saddest times I experienced it was a best friend. And that is due to the fact that they were truly unhappy with their own version of their life. And every time they saw their friend, I mean, if they're your best friend, you'll never ever do that. So I would even say, you can't even say that they're best friends, but let's use that into context, right? But every time they would see their best friend do well in life, jealousy turns to envy, life just keeps on triggering, and guess what? Rather than dealing with the emotions within, it's just easier to hurt someone, right? And this person was such in shock because of the type of intention that this supposed best friend would do. And it was in regards towards things such as hexing of not being able to have children, um, siphoning their energies, making sure that they're in control of their life. And it's really just a case of, because the person who administers the hex has a lack of control in their life, they feel like the best way possible is to remove their friend's power, their friend's energy. And in my field, most of the times, because I say it's your inner circles, and it's commonly your inner circles, it's not likely to be someone that's like randomly across the street or somebody that's like a stranger, right? It's very, very rare, right? Most of the times it's dealings with people that are close towards you, know your intimate type of informations, your full name, your date of birth, pictures, possessions. All of these things are very, very common. Now, the sad part of it is that coming towards that realization that this person couldn't give birth, couldn't give birth, and this was due to the fact that the friend wanted everything that she had in her life to the point where she couldn't really handle that. So she wanted to do something about it to create sabotage. Obviously, they're not friends anymore. And I'd say that the person that I did work with, they have a better life now. I mean, obviously there's certain things that has happened and now they see it as a situation where life itself is completely different, and at the same time it's a situation where they've moved on with that particular chapter in their life and they've gone on to other things such as seeing more of different opportunities, different possibilities, more happiness in their lives, being around people that shows more love and actually being more discerning in regards to relationships. Now, the point of this, what I'm trying to say is, you have to be spiritually aware and guarded and protective of your own energy, and make sure the aspects of your life such as cleansing, making sure that use sage or Palo Santo to cleanse your energy, and really understand that a lot of the times you still have the control of certain parts of yourself that isn't going to be sort of taken away from you. So things such as ritual baths, cleansing of baths could help in relation towards removing the effects of these type of scenarios. And my advice towards it is, if you feel things such as, let me give you the symptoms: getting bad dreams, feeling like you're getting spiritually attacked in your dreams, restrictions to breathing, constant headaches, you have no energy whatsoever, you feel like there is an attachment, and you feel like there's events in your life that are repeated patterns that are of misfortunes. Understand that a lot of the times, in relation towards this is the job of the person who feels envious, because they don't want you to have anything more than what they feel like you should. And the advice I would give you is to make sure that you do a couple of things. If you are needing to get any advice in relation towards getting a service from me, you can always contact me. You can comment here and then we can go from there. You can click to my website, which is in the description, or you can connect to me on Instagram or on TikTok, Sorcerer X. All right, and then we can go from there. The process of things such as protection can be through energy work, and then I will tell you instructions in relation towards protecting yourself after. But even though, if you can't do a paid service, I would often advise you right now to just naturally cleanse your home every week. So, commonly make sure that you have incense and just incense the corners of your house. Or if you have something like sea salt, just have it at the corners of your house as like it's a grid, just to protect you from any more physical attacks or any more potential siphoning of your energies. The sad thing about this situation, guys, is that this is what I keep saying when it comes to discernment. Discernment is the most important thing, because it's really your way of your best way of spiritual protection is through your own energy and your own antennae, right? Because our energy is the most important currency in the universe. And if someone takes that away from us, then really and truly we don't have our power anymore. My advice towards you all, as I said, is to utilize the energies of those spiritual practices that I've just said. Even putting a sweep, like a sweep, just beside your door, so there's nobody, any entities coming into your house. But if you need furthermore guidance, just drop me a message. The other part I was going to say is, as well, is in relations towards entities, right? Entities do come into your life, and they could come in different various ways. The first one is, I've just mentioned, this could be done through things such as hexes, because when you do a hex, you align yourself to a entity that will siphon your energy. So a person who administers the hex basically summons an entity to do a certain specific job for that particular ritual or hex or spell that they are doing against you, for example. The second part of it is, because I see entities every day, right? Some of it is more common towards people who go through really tough times of depression. I can see it where somebody's really aligned towards a certain negative concept and they've manifested it. Hence is why when people say I've got my inner demons, right? They're basically showing and projecting a form of a variant of themselves, which is something that is low vibrational. And sometimes the best way that comes out of it is actually a figure, because that's how people can mentalize that energy, if that makes any sense. It's That's my demon. Whereas if you understand it even more, it's you that hasn't dealt with existing trauma or situations such as a lack of spiritual hygiene, or if you haven't had the energy of clearing your mind, body, and spirit, you're not protected in that type of way. So if you go through, or if you're going through those type of things, ultimately, as I said, you can contact me as well. If you feel like you've got something of a demonic or an entity figure that you feel can attach to, that's the right word, and you can do various things to remove that. All right. Now, lastly, guys, lastly, I want to say something. You will always have free will. So at the end of the day, you are strong enough to basically rebuke any type of energy that you feel that's attached towards you or siphon your energy. Your mind is so strong as long as you truly, truly know that your mind can really do anything, which is your free will. The one thing I will say is this: you yourself have free will. So no matter what happens, as long as your mind is strong enough, you can change the frequency. All right. And that is the highest form of self mastery. And as long as you have that inner mastery within yourself, you can really remove that actual energy through your own frequency. All right. If you can't, you can always contact me. You can always connect to me and we can go from there. And I can help you, provide you through my services. All right. But as I said, that was that was something that needed to be said. I felt like I needed to say something because I always give tarot cards, I always give readings out, and sometimes, you know what? I'm gonna provide more insight with me speaking more. And I'm gonna do a bit of both. I'm gonna do tarot and I'm gonna be speaking as well. So yeah. All right. That was that was me. That was me providing information, and always want to send you love always. Sorcerer.